course, I immediately crash. All right, I really gotta start saving up for a new computer. Maybe that'll be a treat to myself if I save. All right. Back into it. Hello, Kabar. Hello, good morning. Yaki, I hope I didn't lose you. I feel like you're going to ask something. If anyone else was out there. Crash occurred. Yes, indeed, Popstar. Curse you, crashes. All right. Writing down Orion stuff. We wanted to take a look at the... I'm going to update the crouch animation. And then we want to tier toggle Venion. And those are our 2 side quests for today. All right. Good morning, everyone. Hope you're all having a great week. Great year so far. I'm feeling a little haggard this morning, but I'll flip on the webcam. Good morning, y'all. Hi. Need something? Just need attention. There you go. Oh, hi. Jeez. He has big tail. He's so big now. Hey, buddy. Do. What are you doing, huh? Oh. All right. Wait for this project to load. Take 1 million billion years. 1 million billion. Okay. So once we do that, got just a few more tasks on character. All right. So I have one ultra wide and one 1920 1080 monitors. Both are curved, so I had a stream adapter to split the bandwidth. Make so both monitors can have their native resolutions while connected. Specifically, I need a stream display port adapter. Interesting. Huh. Hi. That sounds pretty cool. I need to get some new monitors myself. Oh, hi, you're fine. Hi, you're fine. Yes. No. No licky. All right. Goofy boy. Okay, for the Venion, we should be able to check that out right now. Then you go to resources. Venion. Corbell plays. Hello, Corbell. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. We're working on some VR chat avatar creation. We got our cat. We chilling. He's probably about to jump down though. It's cold today. Should be here today, assuming no more delays happen. Awesome. I was just thinking to myself, man, I would love to be able to work in VR. Like it, I'm hoping headsets. By the time I really want to upgrade my monitor, headsets are at a good spot for resolution wise, enough to work in. Getting there. Okay, our boy here. What are we doing? So we wanted to double check the VNeon. We go into 1.6. We're going to open up the EXE. Full dive VR with workspaces. Exactly. Exactly. I think that that would be awesome. Just to be able to like manipulate things and inspect things. I do think VR kind of jumped the shark a little bit with trying to make purely VR only interfaces. I think they should have embraced working in VR on your desktop. I think that would have been better. Oh, hello. There's my union. Okay, so we wanted to look at the graphs. So we have Orion. I put all my nodes. Oops. Come here. Way down here. Because I'm an idiot. All right. Actually, no, I do prefer that. It's so easy to lose track of things in this little graph space. All right. Ah. Speaking of resolution. Tiers. Tiers. I don't see anything tier related here. Check ears. That's right. We made a pretty involved I got a book for sculpting called Anatomy for Digital Artists. So I'm going to use that to try to learn ZBrush. Exciting. That is a very good way to do it. I definitely think just copying from like visual reference is underrated. I definitely feel like just looking at things, observing them, and then trying to replicate them is like that is the thing for the most part. All right. So for the tiers, why don't we make a separate? Yeah. Yeah. We'll make a separate graph. Okay, no, it's a separate blend shape. We're playing it with the animation. Rogue Tactician TV. Ah! Such a bad stigma too. I know it's kind of odd. People are like, things should just spring fully furnished from your mind's eye. It's like that's really you're engineering most things. I feel like that's why. Oh God, that's why I've embraced 3D a lot more. Can't draw what you don't know. That's a good way to put it. I have to wait for my package. So now, for now, I'll be heading off. Have a good stream. Stay safe. Remember today to log in, get the new Warudo exporter later. Just so busy. Hey, I mean, sometimes keeping up with this stuff is a full-time job. But enjoy your day and good luck with your studies. Excited to see what you make. Come on up. You can come up. All right, I think he just wants to get fed. So we're going to separate the main Orion logic, and we're going to make a tier graph. So we'll call this Orion tier controller. And rename. First, we'll need a blend shape. Blend shape. Here we go. Okay. And this time we're actually going to shrink this. Bam. But welcome everyone. If you're new here, I make VR chat avatars. That's my main jam. So I'm making this avatar. This is a previous avatar that we're doing some bug hunting on. And then our current avatar is this guy right here. And these are all from scratch avatars. I've made everything from the ground up. And also make VTubers, and just that's kind of what I do 24/7. So this is basically my job. This is all I do right now. And it's awesome. I love it. So we're gonna go to Vinion. We're gonna do the blend shape. So when we press on this graph, set expression, blep, sad right here. So this one plays an animation, but it is hotkey 7. That's the important part. Or I could call this graph, can't I? Because it's all the variables are shared. So that might be easier. Hello, Arctic. Welcome. Good morning. Cats are saying hi. Theo wants a bunch of attention right now, so he gets to say hi. Hello. Hi. And all right. Blend shape name. I have to go to the. I want to be able to see all blend shapes. Is there a list? That list would be in the Vignon project. So open that too. Oh, kitties. Yeah. He's back again. He just wants to lick on my fingers. That's all he wants to do. Bad boy. All right. Up you go. I guess he doesn't want to be up there. You want something? You want me to tuck you in somewhere? No, just wants to get a pet. Okay, we're just chilling right now. I need to get the. Oh, here we go. Blend shape list now. Stop. Stop it. All right. He is a licker. That's his thing. Just wants to get your fingers and lick on them. That's his whole plan. Start to finish, right there. Okay. So we actually do have something we can do right now, which is go to Orion. And we updated the crouch animation. Or, sorry, was it crouch? Yeah, crouch. We updated. Should look quite good now. No clipping of any sort. Let's review it. I know I just looked at it, but I'm paranoid. Preview. Looks good. All right. And that is, in fact, the one we're looking at right here. So we're going to export just a single file. Client work. All right. So this will be crouch fix version 2. Crouch again. Save. You can't jump on me, buddy. No. No. You're going down for that one. No. Don't jump on me. Don't do it. Sometimes I just get getting attacked. Okay. Crouch again. Right over here. And then we're gonna do. Oh. You can just climb up to my lap. Right here. Right there. There you go. Right there. Good. So that one's done. And I'll now new crouch animation Unity package uploaded. Ah. Okay, there we go. All right, one down. Now we have vneon open. To figure out the exact name of the blend tree, we can go to vneon here. We are going to the blend shape avatar. And in here, there's a big gigantic list. Tiers override. Okay, these are the ones those are the names we are looking for. And ow. Just copy those right there. And blend shape name. Tier override on. Ideally, these just replace it. So let's look at 7. Sad. So sad. Yeah. I've also taken to making a Google Drive doc for documentation. That's been helping out a lot. So now that we have that, stop, stop, stop it. No. Don't do shift numpad for these. And on this one, no, that one is the animation. 1, 8. Yeah. Look at the history of the document. Mode. History. All right, buddy. No. No. Okay, I'm pretty sure I did not write that. Okay. Stop. Stop it. Sorry, Pixie. This is your problem now. Okay. Spelled that? That's okay. All right. So now we can get back to this. Sad. So sad. So we're going to assign a hotkey to right here. Do shift numpad 1, because I'm lazy, just to confirm that isn't anything. Shift. No. Okay, good. So this should override tiers. Or no. Tier override on, which means... Oh, didn't finish assigning values here. Toggle. Perfect. All right, there we go. And so now it's on no matter what. Perfect. And I can do that again. Beautiful. Okay. Then stop. No. Shift 2. Okay. So now, nope. Misspelled. Off. So this will be its own toggle. Great. Okay, perfect stuff. So that's our little controller there. We'll go ahead and actually first we'll wrap and have them be locked just to do that. We're saving our graphs in here, so show and explore. Copy that path back to Vinion. We're going to export to that path. Look at all files. Perfect. And call this. Tier controller. Save. Okay, let's add those here. So this will be shift plus 1. That one is end is tier override on. And tier override off for down and shift plus 2. Okay. Powerful. Moving documentation there. Okay, get up a little bit. Get up a little bit. Buddy. All right. And gosh dang it. Workflow. Shift plus 1. We've exported. We should see it here now. We do. That's what we're going to upload. Vinion. Okay. And we'll right click. We're going to share this link with the client. And this is. Oh. I'll just say new upload in the Vinion folder for a tier controller. Documentation updated. All right, that should be pretty good. Okay, that should be it for Orion's stuff right now. And we're getting back to Nug. Let me just review. Perfect. Okay. Yeah. Back to Nug. Zvinion. This is graph. Alrighty. Back to our boy. So first things first, let's update our texture. This one is not quite doing the trick. It's a little crunchy. I think we want it sharper, maybe with some nicer fall off. Okay, so let's go to Painter for that. A lot more communication these days. The challenge. So, for these little marks here, what we did is we use these projections right here, the cutouts. We just have some shapes that we're projecting onto the surface. But let's also do the opposite. So we'll duplicate it. Let's actually turn off the warp as well. That's what's giving it the crunchiness. Make these quite a bit sharper. Yeah, I like the cartoonish effect of that. All right. So kind of push them together to get these nice sharp edges. And then maybe we'll use an anisotropic noise to get like some vertical tearing. That'd work. Like a blur and then a levels. All right. Duplicate again. This time we'll set it to multiply right there. This should let us cut out, but we'd have to invert 2. So let's do subtract instead. There we go. Okay. Yeah. So with that, we should start to be able to create some really good, nice looking shapes. We just have to remember how things are stacked. Ooh, that looks really good, actually. I like it. Reference time. Client work. Over here. Reference. And we'll drag this one over here. And okay. So we could add a warp. This one's way too strong though. Let's tile it down. So like 0.2. Turn down that blur. So that way we get more of a wavy kind of thing. Maybe one more. Ooh, that's quite a difference. Ooh, yeah. I like that. This one here sucks. We'll just delete it. And let's just continue to stack shapes. So duplicate this subdiv. I'm going to move it down into here. Turn on the W. Something like that. Immediate results. That's why I love digital work. I don't know how else you could do that anywhere else. W again. I mean, I guess you could literally tear paper. That'd be fun. A little bit right there. With another sub. So we just kind of get like a lighter tearing. Okay, so that's kind of on the inside of the wing. We've also got this one way over here. A strange line right there. I don't like that. What is that? Here as well. Where are those from? Okay. On the very edge, because this one's a little bit more improvisational, we'll duplicate, move it over here. Move it up to the top. And where are these ones in our stack? Oh, I gotta click manually. Something like that. I love art. Damn, it's fun. I think what I'm starting to really love is like systems. It's really fun to have like an effect you can create on top of stuff. Actually switch this one to linear dodge. Move it down. Let's see what the client thinks of that. Right. A few things while testing. Shoulders are too big. The neck below glowing scale needs to be fixed. Oh, interesting. Yeah, the glow is really weird there. Okay. No body when wearing it off. Okay, well that's definitely no good. We should be able to test that right now. I'm gonna grab some water. I'll be right back. Okay. Well, that's no good. Why would that be happening? That's happening because we disabled the uniform right here. So save that. Play again. So apparently when we go to the clothing and we disable the shirt, the body does not re-enable. For the shorts, that is not true. Okay, so we must be missing something on the body, where here we're in this exclusive off state. We have the chest UVD and we have the hips UVD. Boom, boom. Okay. For the uniform, we have clothing, shirt. I see. I wrote torso, not chest. So over here. Bam. Save. That should fix the body not re-enabling. Right. Once again, boom, boom, boom. All right, well, that's not going to fly. We'd have to do it this way for the shirt, which means what we actually need is like a little mid-section, mid-zone that they share, and either of them can either keep on or toggle off. Then it would just have to happen in a certain order. So we would need the toggle below. Okay. Wish I could just use a texture. That would be the right way. I tried doing that with decals. It didn't work because I couldn't stack the alpha. I couldn't stack the masks. But that should work. Let's take a look at the material one more time. So what we'd want to think about is how we're adjusting the alpha. We could have like a gradient that we go down, so we could just move the alpha mod one way or another and it would clip out certain parts. Yeah, we could do that. Let's try that. So we'll go over to the body, save this. Need to figure out that as well. Let's write that down. What was that? It was like a line on the wings. Add that to our big list. Line on wings. I did actually do the wing rig already. And the tooth looks really good there. Interesting. So I guess it is fixed. Yep. Okay, perfect. All right, sorry. Saw some other items on my list here. Front tooth bottom rebake. Slice that off. Redo all expressions. We'll get to that. Clothing toggles. Line on wings. Blah, 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 blah. Locomotion poses. Tail items. Data transfer. Did that work? I think it did because I didn't notice it. Cool. So one additional thing we can fix while we're in here is that we have this seam right here on the thigh, which we don't want. And that's from a filter I set up. It's one of them. There we go. Plate shadow. All right, so let's take just a quick look in here. So it's just the one folder with material in it. We have the fill, and it's this bevel that's doing the harm. Let's switch to mask fuse so we can see if it's affecting anywhere else. A little bit on the claw, a little bit on the eye up there. Then we'll make a paint layer. Actually make a new paint layer, which we'll call mask out. Set that to multiply and start. Start with that. Yeah. That looks good. Get a little bit of paint here. That should work. Right. Cool. Ooh, look at the ears. And then right here. Good. And then we just paint this in right here. Ah, can't do anything about that. Save. Load, please. Or not. Boom. We updated the documentation. It can be closed. All right. And I don't know why this is taking so long to save. I'll be right back. One second. All right. Now we can actually export. Boom. That's because I moved it to the new hard drive. Yeah, Substance was like, oh, you need to move your cache. So I moved it to my hard drive, my other hard drive. I wonder if that's why things are slower. Okay, fix that up. That has to be done in Blender. One down. Boom, boom. Then we got the glow neck. We already did the clothing toggles. Gotta stop biting my lip. Foolish. Right, the main issue actually, interestingly enough, is not the high poly mesh. It is the cage that is getting protruded from it. So I suppose the best way to change it would actually be to physically smooth out that on the low poly, update both the low and high, and re-export both. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go right here. We're gonna take these ones because that's where it's happening, and we're just going to relax them. Slow. A little bit further, actually. Relax. Maybe even space. Okay. That definitely evened it out. Hopefully that'll get rid of the mark we're seeing. High poly. Boom, boom. Just review, make sure it's shrink wrapped properly. Looks pretty good. Save. Take them both. Make sure we're in baking mode. Boom, boom, boom. And export again. All right. Gotta start taking better care of myself. Well, it is winter time. Look a little unkempt. Moldering. All right, just wait on that. That's shooting everyone. both exported. We can refresh this mesh. Go to mode, bake. Much better. Yeah, this like little bubble was getting pushed into the body. No good. I don't actually know if that fixed the glow though. I'm assuming it did, but I don't know. No. Okay, I see what was happening. It's a little low res there, especially compared to these ones. Actually, we're on 1024. Let's look at it. 2048. Okay. Okay. A little cleaner. Actually, still getting quite crunched there. That would be the high poly. A bit of both, actually. A little bit smoother of a curve, and then make sure there's no folding in of the high poly mesh. And yeah, save. Back to here. Look at, and the high poly, it is pretty visible on the high poly here. We do have that flip. I don't like that. Ooh, interesting. Just get to 0, please. Maybe I just get rid of this one. It is such a weird spot. It looks pretty good there. Don't know why it's freezing, but okay. Ooh, we could also make sure to update the low poly UV map spacing. Go here. Should relax some stuff a little bit. You know what? I really only want to affect the face. Keep my area of impact a little more minimized. It is in a weird spot. Yeah, because it's all, what, in there? It's all squished right in this chunk. Hmm. Don't know if this will be a dramatic solution, but I do have something I think would work, which is we could take this corner and then take this whole perimeter, flatten it, do the same here, and then do that. That's really not much better. Maybe one more distribute, this time doing even. How's that? It would give it more resolution for sure. The edges might look a little rough though. We'll give it a shot. We just need to adjust the mouth here. Wow, I've really used like every square inch of this UV map. All right, so this is what the piece we want to move. Let's try that. Here. Very close, but not perfect. Can't rotate those, not in the way I would want to. I could flip them around. Wouldn't make too much of a difference though. Mm. I open this up just a little. I could move some of these pieces in here, then move this here. Hello, Aqua. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Welcome back. Hope you're having a good one. We're just chilling right now, doing some UV mapping. Hard mode UV mapping. You know what? I think I'd rather just move the geometry around. Yeah. Okay. So we'll do that. So perfectly square. That's just the tip of the iceberg for how retentive my stuff is. It's all geometry nodes. I'll just show off just for a second. So this model, all the fingers and toes, they're all attached dynamically. So I can just turn them off and on. And then I can change the source object and it'll update the rest of them. Off to bed now. Wishing you luck. Thank you, Yaki. Thanks for coming by. Hope you're having a good one. Catch you soon. Bye. Anyway, that's just my very minimal. I'll probably make a YouTube video about it at some point because proud. And just getting started. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is update the high poly. That was my little aside. And we're just gonna pull this geometry up a little bit more. Something like that. It does fix the face orientation. So hopefully it fixes how everything bakes. Okay, both enabled, save, and yeah, export. There's still even more changes to do on everything. Maybe I should be doing more of these all at once. What were the rest of the changes? We're going to change the tilt of the eyebrow. Forward muzzle slightly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1 scales, they don't start the same way as the reference. The eyebrow is a bit more spiky. Connect with the ear. Guess I could bring the ear forward. That's the only way that's gonna happen. Ear length, less length. Okay, should be a little bit shorter too. Forward muzzle needs to be slightly spiked. See the lower spike? So spikes. Forward muzzle. Like a beak. Make it more beak-like. Interesting. Where's my... Oh, he actually got it fully into VR chat. Oh, nice. We're actually missing our little pieces on the top. Sad. Okay, we'll get to that in a second. Let's just go straight down the list. So, scales don't start the same way as the reference. In what way is it different? Because he asked me to make it wider. So I'm guessing it's that it's not blending here on the top. Interesting. I could use a proximity blend, so get an object to intersect with it slightly, create a vertex group, then blend that with the head. Then I guess we would object would be separate. To do that, I could actually keep this the same. We could make selection, select this object. Bum, 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 bum. Right, we'll think about that one a little bit more. Let's focus on this one for now. So here we did this geometry input, then the array. What we can do is add a geometry node, move it above the input. We'll do a transform geometry, and we'll just rotate it. Something like that. Maybe a little bit more the X as well. That should work pretty well. Unless the scale's off. We want the scale there. That is making them